Alright friends, the following problems are all about rounding. So as you read these problems, remember that the skill focus in this video is rounding. So let's take a look at number 1. What is 826 rounded to the nearest 10? So my clue word is rounding to the nearest 10. Pause this video now and round 826 to the nearest 10. Good luck. Alright, we are back, so let's take a look. Okay, so if I had a number line, and I thought I'm rounding to the nearest 10, okay, what could I round 826 to? So if I have the number 826, the first thing I can do is I can cut out the 800. Now, what two tens is this number 26 in between? Well, that's just 20 and 30. And now that I've done that, I'm going to add the 800 back in, 820 and 830. What is halfway between 820 and 830? Well, that's 825. So now the real question is 826 somewhere between 820 and 825, or between 825 and 830? Well, it is right here, 825, 826. So clearly it is closer to 830. So the correct answer was 830. Next problem, let's take a look. What is 853 rounded to the nearest 100? Pause this video now and solve. Good luck. Alright, so I know clearly that I'm looking at hundreds. So, I'm going to draw my little timeline. What two hundreds is 753 in between? Well, it's between 700 and 800. And what is halfway between 700 and 800? Well, that's just 750. So now I need to think to myself, is 753 in between 700 and 750, or between 750 and 800? Well, it would be around here somewhere, 750, 751, 52, 53. So it would be right here. So already I can see that 753 is closer to 800 than it is to 700. So the answer was 800. Alright, next one. What is 212 rounded to the nearest 10? Pause this video now and solve. Good luck. Alright friends, we are back. 212 rounded to the nearest 10. So we have our number line. Bloop, bloop. And I want to think to myself, I'm rounding 212 to the nearest 10, not 100, 10. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at the tens place. What two numbers is 12 in between? Just 10 and 20. And now I'm going to add in the 200s. What number is between 210 and 220? Well, that's pretty simple. It's just 215. Now let's look here. Is 212 in between 210 and 215, or is it between 215 and 220? Well, it would be right here, 210, 211, 212. So already I can see that 212 is closer to 210, not 220. Alright, the next problems are structured a little bit differently. Which of the following number rounds to 800? So look at all the following numbers, and which of those rounds to 900? Good luck. So if you were to show your work, for instance, on a big test, for instance, the EOG, what you would do is you would literally round all three numbers. Don't worry, you have 4 hours. You have plenty of time to do this. Alright, so we have 841. What two hundreds is 841 in between? 800, 900. Okay, I'm going to set up all of my timelines. What two hundreds is 863 in between? 800, 900 still. What two hundreds is 832 in between? 800, 900. Wonderful. And what is halfway between 800 and 900? Just 850, 850, 850, 850. And now it is time to place our numbers. I will use a different color for each one. 841, is it between 800 and 850, or 850 and 900? Boom, there it is. So 841 would round to 800. Does it match 900? Nope. Next, 863. Is 863 between 800 and 850 or 850 and 900? Well, there it is. So this would round to 900. Does it match? Yep. So I'm going to put a little dash because I'm not done yet. Next, and next color, 832. Is 832 between 800 and 850 or 850 and 900? Well, there it is. 832 would round clearly to 800. So does that match? No, sir. The answer was B. Nice job. All right, next problem. So I'm hoping you're using that strategy that I just showed you. Which of the following numbers rounds to 600? So we have 613, 542, and 664. Pause this video now and figure out which of the following numbers rounds to 600. Good luck. All right, we are back. So suppose you're taking the EOG and you know you need to round. You should show your work. Right. 1 timeline. Oh, that's not enough room. 2 timelines. 3 timelines. Let's start with 613. What 200s is 613 in between? 600. 700. What 200s is 542 between? This one's a little different. 500 and 600. And what 200s is 664 in between? 600, 700. Now let's find the halfway points. Between 600 and 700, 650. Between 500 and 600, 550. Between 600 and 700, 650 again. Wonderful. All right, so let's take a look at each problem. Is 613 in between 600 and 650 or 650 and 700? There it is. And it would round to 600. Does it match? Yep. Let's move on. Next one. 500 is 542 between 500 and 550 or 550 and 600? Well, it's right here. So it is closer to 500. Does it match? Nope. Next one. Is 664 between 600 and 650 or 650 and 700? It would be right about here, so it is closer to 700. Does it match? Nope. So the best answer was actually A. All right, this one is quite a challenge, so kudos to whoever gets this right the first time. I have a riddle. I am a number, and if I round to 450, if you round me to the nearest 10. I also round to 500 if you round me to the nearest 100. Which of the following numbers am I? Pause this video now and solve. Which of the following numbers rounds both to 450 if you round to the nearest 10 and to 500 if you round to the nearest 100? Good luck. Goodness, what a problem. So, the best way I've seen from my students is that they set up a big T-chart. Okay, so they have the number that they're even talking about, they have it rounded to the nearest tens, and they have it rounded to the nearest hundreds. And if it didn't work, they crossed it out, and if it did work, they checked it off. So I have a big chart. Well, my first number is 446. And if I rounded 446 to the nearest 10, I would get 450. And if I rounded 446 to the nearest 100, I would go to 400. So, now, does that match the tens right here? Yep. Does it match the hundreds? Nope. It's not 500. Next one. I have 451. If I round 451 to the nearest 10, I would get 450. And if I rounded to the nearest 100, I would get 500. Some of my students also draw the number lines every single time, which I think is very wonderful. So now let's take a look. Does the tens place match 450? Yup. Does the hundreds place match 500? Yup. So this is certainly a contender. Last one. We have the number 513. 513 runs the nearest 10 would be 510. And 513 runs nearest 100 would be 500. Okay, so let's take a look. Does the tens place match? Nope. Does the hundreds? Yep. Does it match? Nope. B it is.